Have you experienced the awesome power of the Panasonic Real 3DO system? Obviously.
Presenting 3DO, the most advanced home gaming system in the universe. It's time to put away your toys.
3DO from Panasonic, Gold Star, and Creative Labs. A new low price and free games.
Mind-blowing graphics of Panasonic Real 3DO. 3DO.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 3DO Experience, the 3DO retrospective podcast, where we talk about all things 3DO, the company, the console, and everything in between. I'm Bill, and this is Thrak. How you doing, Thrak?
Oh, Bill, I'm still shaking off the snow because of all the snow, and I had to shovel. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It snowed here as well. We got the first snowfall of the year. They were acting like the apocalypse was coming, and it was moderately snowy. So, typical New England.
It's so funny how people who live in this stuff like always freak out when it happens, when it's like, it's coming. Like every year you always get a bunch of snow. Like here, they predicted that we're probably going to get more snow than we have in the last few years, because usually our big snowfall isn't until, say, near the end of December or usually right into January. So the fact that it's happening sooner says to me that, yeah, this is probably not the only major snowfall we're going to have. But yeah, it's weird how people freak out. Like they're not prepared. Like, we're not living in Georgia. Okay. Like, this is going to happen.
Yeah, New Englanders are weird. Well, I think it's because a lot of them are Floridians who haven't gone south yet. But also,
well, they should have. You assume they'd go down after like Thanksgiving. They're like, this is our time to go to warmer climate.
Yeah, Floridians aren't the smartest people.
No, they're
except
not.
You, Tony. We love you, Tony.
Well, he's from New York, so it doesn't count.
Fair enough.
Even though I think he's lived in Florida for most of his life, I'm just like, you're a New Yorker, dude. You just, we've had him on the show. You guys know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Other than that, though, it's been all right. It's just getting closer to Christmas and all that fun stuff. Thanksgiving just happened, so that was a good time.
Yeah, Thanksgiving was fine.
Yeah,
nothing crazy. So.
It was
chill.
Yeah, I'm still working off the extra food, which is nice. I didn't have to go grocery shopping, but you get really tired of Thanksgiving food after 5 days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Working off that tryptophan or whatever the fuck it's called. Which is something that I think it's in like most meats or something like that. Like, it's stuff that makes you tired or whatever. Yeah. It's just, it's either there is a little bit more of it in turkey compared to other meats, or it's just because people shove their fucking face of it that it just hits them harder.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I did laugh, though. The second Thanksgiving is over, just Christmas lights everywhere. I'm like, yep, people did not wait.
Nope. In fact, as soon as Thanksgiving was done, I had to start tearing down, or Ted getting the Christmas decorations out of the garage. So, and we didn't get all of them. So we got a good chunk of them, but not all of it. So tomorrow I'm going to have to do more of that, which I'm not looking forward to.
That's like the benefit to living alone, I guess, is I have 2 totes up in my attic of Christmas stuff, and that's about it.
See, when I eventually get my own place, I'm only going to have 2, maybe 3 Christmas decorations. I'm going to have a wreath. I do like a nice wreath. I'll put that on the front door. A little like Christmas tree that you can put on like a coffee table or something like that, and then maybe some stockings. That'd be about it.
Yeah, I have some lights and stuff around, like nothing.
Yeah,
mega crazy.
Yeah, and that shit would go up December 1st, and it would come down the 26th. Be like, all right, we're done. Time to move on to the next one.
I usually give it till at least like past New Year's, mostly just because I like the lights, but that's really about it.
Yeah. Well, and in that week between Christmas and New Year's, nobody wants to do anything anyway.
No, not at all.
So it is what it is, man. So yeah, before we get into the game, let's see news again. Not a crazy amount of stuff, but we'll see how far we can deviate from whatever. So as we were wrapping up last week, Nintendo dropped a Nintendo Classics update for the NES and the Game Boy. Yes. So for the NES, we have now Battletoads and Ninja Gaiden 2. And for the Game Boy, we have Bionic Commando and Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters.
Oh yeah, that other Kid Icarus game that everyone forgets exists.
Exactly. So Battletoads, I've played it. It's fine.
I like the Genesis
on the NES.
Yeah, I like the Genesis like Double Dragon crossover more, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's a better game too. Ninja Gaiden 2 is actually the only in the NES trilogy I used to own a physical cartridge of, and played a good chunk of that one. So it's the one of the NES games I'm most familiar with, and it's a really good game. I still really enjoy it. I even played the first couple levels when this dropped because I was like, why not? So still a super fun game. So I'd recommend it. Game Boy Bionic Commando. It's pretty neat for what it is. Speaking of our friend Tony, if you go back through the SuperPod blogs enough, you'll find that he did a whole retrospective on the Bionic Commando series. And if I remember, he really liked this one. So
it's a cool. That is a series I really want to replay, like all the way through again. Like the Rearmed games on PSN, Xbox Live are still really good.
Yeah, I have one of them. They made one of them backwards compatible. I think it was 2. So
when I had my
I do have the 360 reboot with
my wife is my arm.
Wife arm, and the dude has dreads. Yeah.
And he's voiced by the singer.
It's in that
Faith
it's in that
More.
shelf. Yeah, it's on the shelf behind me. Yeah, Faith Mike Patton.
Yeah, Mike Patton. He that was like he was doing that weird era where he was in video games. Like he voiced Nathan Spencer, and then he was the main character from The Darkness. If anyone remembers.
Yeah. Oh, I remember The Darkness. I that was one of those games. I remember I played the demo of it and loved it, but then never played it again.
See, I played those games back in the day, and I was like, damn, these are really good FPSs. I hope this studio goes on to do something else. They did. It was very good.
Well, they only made those 2. What'd they do after that?
They later went on to make all the Wolfenstein games.
That was them.
Well, the first one was Starbreeze Studios, but then Starbreeze shut down, and all the people who worked on that game formed Machine Games.
I'm pretty sure Starbreeze still exists. It's just all of the main people we know from Machine Games started at Starbreeze.
Yeah,
and then kind of left to form their own company.
I think
almost like an Infinity Ward type deal.
Yeah, I think it was like a case of like they had some financial troubles or something, so they downsized, and then
it was something like that. I remember I was looking into it a while ago when I was playing through Great Circle because a lot of those guys who worked on Great Circle also worked on specifically Chronicles of Riddick, which was during the Starbreeze era. But yeah, as far as I know, they made they do the Payday games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know the Darkness team went on to become Machine Games, and then now they're making the best Wolfenstein games we've had in a long time.
Yeah. They also did Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, and that was after all those guys left. So yeah, they've done their fair share of stuff, but I know Payday 3 didn't really hit for a lot of people. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, they did a reboot of Syndicate. And that's when Machine Game after I guess the Syndicate reboot didn't really work out. That's when those main guys left for Machine Games and then have had the run that they've had. So yeah, good stuff. And then Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters. Yeah, it's like that weird Game Boy Kid Icarus. It's fine.
It's just more Kid Icarus. Like it's basically the same as the NES game.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the Uprise remaster so I can play it with a conventional controller. So,
well, you don't like hand cramps?
No, I don't actually. Thank you.
That is such a great game, but my God, playing it after like an hour is like.
It's why I've never bothered playing it on 3DS is because I've heard so many horror stories about it, and I'm like, I just don't want to spend that kind of money and then be like, oh, I hate playing this.
Yeah, because when they had to release a stand to play the game.
Yeah, that's never a good sign. Never a good sign. But with all those Nintendo classics, I got to say that now, are available. So if you want to go check them out, go for it. Let's see. This one I thought was interesting. So apparently that Yakuza 0 Director's Cut is coming out, right? Or it's already out on Switch 2, but it's coming to everything else. Apparently Sega is going to be delisting the original version of 0, replacing it with the Director's Cut, which is weird. Not necessarily the biggest fan of that. But what I think is interesting is they're allowing you to, if you already own 0, you can upgrade to the Director's Cut for a discounted price. So if you want to do that, the upgrade is $15. And I'm thinking 15's not that bad. I mean, I know you don't get a lot of upgrades with that, but I think it's nice that they're, offering that if you already own it and you want the upgrade, but you don't have to, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they're doing the same also with Kiwami 1 and 2, because I believe those are also getting those are getting upgrades from like PS4, Xbox One to PS5 and Series. And those upgrades are like $2. So yeah. Oh, wait, no. Let me get that here. I got that wrong. So Kiwami 1, the upgrade is $2. Kiwami 2 is no cost, so it'll just be a free upgrade. So, yeah, why not? I'll probably end up upgrading my copy of 0 to the Director's Cut anyways, because that's the version I do want to play sometime next year because it'll have full English voicing. I know, I'm that guy. So that's how I'll play that.
I mean, Yakuza's the one series I was able to just accept the subs, but I would like to play it with the dub, just out of curiosity.
I would have, but now I don't have to, so I won't.
True.
But that is out Monday the 8th. So there we go.
Well, at least in the case of the original version, though, if you really do want to play it, it's very available with the PS4 version.
Yeah.
So
a physical version of that on PS4 is like dirt cheap. So yeah, no big deal. Let's see. Nintendo acquired a studio. That's shocking, right?
Is that good or bad?
Well, apparently the studio they acquired is Bandai Namco Singapore.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so they were established in 2013, mostly, and they even have worked with Nintendo already. They've helped out with like Splatoon and everything like that. But I guess they're acquiring 80% of the studio shares by April 1st of next year, with the remaining shares to be acquired later, they just said. And they're renaming the studio Nintendo Studios Singapore. Yeah, they don't really have a track record of games that like they're just solely credited for. They just seem to be kind of like a support studio. They just kind of help out with other games as they're.
So it's like all of Ubisoft's like 30 studios that don't do anything but help.
Yeah, kind of in that sense. So I guess Nintendo's probably just getting them to just, I guess, help out with game development because they probably need more help. So sure. It's rare to see Nintendo do this.
Yeah, the last time I can think of Nintendo buying a studio outright, Monolith, maybe.
I think they do fully have Monolith now.
Yeah, they have for a bit. I think it's like Monolith,
or at least a majority of them. And then there was Next Level. They just like outright.
Oh yeah,
them.
They did buy Next Level.
Yeah, well, because Next Level were looking to be bought. And because they had been working so much with Nintendo, with like Luigi's Mansion and everything, they just went to them and said, "Hey, do you guys want to buy us?" And I think Nintendo may have gotten flashbacks and just went, "Okay, we'll just buy you," because they probably were like, "Oh, these guys, they're doing Luigi's Mansion, they're great at it. We don't want to lose them.
Yeah, so
we'll just we'll buy them, and then they'll make another Strikers game," which I guess didn't work out to what everybody wanted. And now I'm assuming, working on Luigi's Mansion 4 for Switch 2.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
I know not everyone liked Federation Force, but I mean, it was a functional game, aside from being just weird.
Yeah. But I think they've kind of found their niche, so I think they're doing all right. So, and yeah, this Nintendo Singapore studio will probably be something that in like a couple months, we'll have forgotten about it.
Oh yeah. See, I always love like Nintendo's studio purchases are either the most unremarkable things ever, or they're like the most hilarious things ever.
Yeah,
Because like Retro Studios is still the funniest because that was literally just like the founder of this studio is like a piece of shit, and we just want him to fuck off. So we're gonna just buy his studio from him and make him go away.
for sure.
And then he did and made the Guy game. Hooray!
Yeah, everybody's favorite Metroid game. I think that's Metroid Other M. Ayo. Anyways, so I guess Epic Games Studio CEO Tim Sweeney has said he doesn't see the point in digital game stores flagging when a game has used AI during development. So yeah, this was just like a random like Twitter post where some dude is like, Steam and all digital marketplaces need to drop the made with AI label. It doesn't matter anymore. And then Sweeney agreed, saying that so many games in the future are going to be using it. He said, quote, the AI tag is relevant to art exhibitions for authorship disclosure and to digital content licensing marketplaces where buyers need to understand the rights situation. It makes no sense for game stores where AI will be involved in nearly all future productions. When another user said the customer deserves to know, Sweeney replied, why stop at AI use? We could have mandatory disclosures for what shampoo brand the developer uses. Customers deserve to know, which is like a really bad argument for that.
That's just like arguing for the sake of arguing.
Yeah, like I understand where he's coming from, where it's like in the future AI is going to be used more and more for game development. Like it's just going to happen, whether we like it or not. But I don't think, but I feel like they should still keep that distinction there. Like I think that like we're at a point right now where that stuff kind of needs to be disclosed.
Yeah, I'm at the point where if they're honest with it, I'm actually less upset about it than I would be if they're hiding it badly.
Yeah. Like it's one thing if you're just using it as like a tool, which again, I think it'll probably be used as a tool to kind of just to kind of help developers with certain things. It's more of the fact that it's replacing developers' jobs, or like the idea that in the future, like just there are going to be like AI generated complete video games, which I'm like, we're at a point where that just doesn't make sense and it's just not going to work.
We just had the incident with Amazon straight up replacing human beings in an anime dub. So
yeah, so
which they took down very quickly, which I'm actually amazed by. To be
honest. Because there's enough backlash around AI that
true, but it's Amazon, and Amazon of any company would be the ones who I would expect not to give a shit.
Yeah, I understand why you'd think that, but maybe they were just like, we probably just shouldn't bother with this.
Or the theory going around right now is everyone is like, Amazon just kind of threw this out there to see if they could get away with it, and when it blew up in their face, they went, okay, we won't do that for now.
Yeah, it'd been funny if the voices they used were like the AI voices you hear on like TikToks and shit.
Oh, it was horrendous. The clips, I didn't watch it because I wasn't going to give them the click, but I did watch one of the fan uploaded compilations, and I was like, oh my god, it's not even convincing.
Yeah, so if you're gonna do that, do it right. But it's all gross and terrible, and we're all barreling down into the shithole. But anyways, so Remedy have filed a new trademark for something called Control Resident. Looking at it, like it lists computer gaming software in there. And so some people are like, oh, is this going to be like an expansion for it? Could this like a big DLC expansion for, say, Control 2? Or maybe it's going to be the name of like something that takes place in the Control universe, like a movie or a show or something like that. Or it could just be the name of Control 2. That instead of Control 2, they're just going to call it Control Resonant. Don't know, but it was a little bit of Control news, so I just kind of wanted to put that out there. Though I think with Remedy's development cycle, Max Payne 1 and 2 are probably going to be before Control 2. I think, because I think they started those earlier, and probably having some Rockstar money to get those games going probably helped. Because I'm pretty sure Rockstar are publishing the Max Payne 1 and 2. So yeah, I just saw that and just thought I'd throw that out there. Another reminder, I need to play Control again. Anyways, apparently this is like a leak, but it showed up on some news sites, so I think I'd throw it out there. Capcom is apparently working on a new Dead Rising game. So somebody found that. Let's see. Yes, recording. Yeah, news report, which I guess has been like slightly corroborated. So yeah, it's not a remaster or remake. It's a new entry. It says this new Dead Rising will star Frank West. Apparently, he's heading to Hollywood, with action primarily taking place within a massive enclosed movie studio lot, where the game's main villain forces Frank and other survivors into various trials, all in the pursuit of filming his perfect movie. And it does kind of line up with everything. Like, it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. They did the deluxe remaster not that long ago. Capcom has talked about wanting to, bring back IPs that have been kind of just lying there, while they were focused on, rebranding and slimming down. Now they're starting to expand again. I mean, hell, they're bringing back Okami and Onimusha. So why not make another Dead Rising, right?
I mean, as long as it's better than 4, I mean, that's all they really have to do.
Yeah, I'm thinking the deluxe remaster was them probably testing out like a new Dead Rising. They're like, if we were to do one, it would probably be in that same engine, and it would probably be kind of similar in that vein. And I believe it's also saying that it's going to be a direct sequel to the first game and ignoring 2 through 4. So, and I could see that. Why not? I'll take another Dead Rising game. So, and that could be something that they potentially announce at the Game Awards if they have enough to show for it. But who knows, man? Yeah. But speaking of the Game Awards, our last bit of news is regarding the Game Awards. So apparently, like the Game Awards, there's like this weird statue. Have you seen this thing?
I have not, but now I'll look it up.
I was gonna say I could just send you a picture of it real quick.
I'll see if it comes up. Just
okay.
Game Awards.
Yeah, apparently there's just like a random ass
statue.
Yeah.
Oh, the fuck?
Yeah, it's just some weird thing that kind of just popped up out of nowhere. Yeah, it said last Saturday, Jeff Keighley posted an image of the statue and the words "regal, inspiring thickness."
Are we sure this isn't a leftover from Burning Man?
I mean, the term "regal, inspiring thickness," like, I've seen her once or twice. Anyway, the words themselves apparently have no relation to the statue, but instead mark the location of the statue, which apparently you can find. It's in the Mojave Desert. And people have been seeing the statue and they're like, yes, this thing is fucking real. But people are like, if this is tied to, the Game Awards, this means like, oh, it's probably tied to some like game announcement. But what the fuck could it be, right? Like some people were thinking maybe God of War or Diablo, but those have kind of been ruled out. There have been suggestions of like other things like Baldur's Gate or Doom. Like it looks a little Doom. But like, again, Doom the Dark Ages was earlier this year, so I don't know. Of course, people are saying, oh, it could be Half-Life 3, like a Black Mesa thing, and I'm like, I don't know about that. It doesn't fit the art style. Like, looking at the art style of the statue, like any games I could potentially think of, like say like a Diablo, I'm like, I don't think they would do something like this for like a new Diablo 4 expansion.
Yeah.
Like
Watch it be the next Kojima game.
I mean, he's working on like Death Stranding 2 is already out, but he is working on that OD game. Or at least I think it's like a episodic thing, and we already we saw a trailer for it back in like the summertime. And it looks like it's trying to do kind of PT stuff again. So I mean, it could be maybe tied to that.
I mean, knowing the Game Awards, I could just be like, this is the next Kojima mindfuckery going on or something.
I mean that is possible. But people are just trying to think like, what could this even be?
You know what? It could also be, it could literally be nothing, and it's just a way to generate hype.
I mean, yeah.
Like it's just a red herring or something.
I don't think it's necessarily a red herring. I don't think they would do this if it didn't mean that there's like a game or something attached to it. You know what I mean? Like when we eventually watch the Game Awards, I don't even know when they're happening.
Yeah.
They are, let's see, December 11th, which is next Thursday. So we'll be in some Discord then watching it and making fun of it. But
There'll be riff tracks going on.
yeah. So we'll just wait and see what it is, because I'm like, yeah, what the fuck could this even be? Because I do not know. Okami 2? Again, it doesn't match. See, that's the thing. It's just like the art style doesn't match. So I don't know. We shall see. Or maybe it's Dark Souls 4.
Bloodborne 2, Electric Boogaloo.
That'd be fucking sick. This is how they promote Bloodborne's PC release, with this fucking statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be funny though.
Yeah, but that's the news. That's all I got.
I was looking through the Game
Was
Award
there any Nintendo
categories.
music?
Nah, nothing this week. I was looking through the Game Award categories again. The most pointless like award I think I've ever seen is the most anticipated Game Award.
Oh yeah,
they put GTA 6 in there, and then like 3 other games. I'm like, why'd they even bother? Like, we know what's gonna win that.
Yeah. I hate anticipated game because it doesn't mean anything. Like if you get a game award for like, oh, our game, like when Elden Ring got most anticipated game for like 3 years in a row, do you really think FromSoft display those in like the office when you show up? No, because who cares? It doesn't mean anything. You know, like Elden Ring winning like Game of the Year, like they'll hang that one up, right? Because that at least has some merit to it. But yeah, like I hate that most anticipated. It's so fucking stupid. Like there's really no need for that one. So every just about all the other ones attached to like best adventure game or whatever, like those are fine. Like those are all like kind of what makes sense, but whatever.
Yeah, the best adaptation one I found odd because I was kind of like,
I like when they do best adaptation.
Yeah,
because I think it's neat. Because half the time I look at them and go, "Oh yeah, that thing happened. I forgot."
See, this year's were just weird because it was kind of like
I forgot about that Devil May Cry show.
Yeah, that was
completely forgot about it. Like I remember when it got announced, but I never watched it.
Apparently, it's okay. I haven't watched it yet, but
I voted for it because why not?
Yeah, well, I was looking at the other.
I haven't seen any of them. I just was like, that one looks neat. Sure.
I've seen a Minecraft movie. It's shit, but
I wasn't gonna vote. I wasn't gonna vote for that. No. No.
There was the Devil May Cry, some Splinter Cell thing that I didn't know existed.
Oh yeah, there's that Splinter Cell show as well. Yeah.
The
I'm just waiting for that. I'm waiting for that remake of the first game.
Yeah. Last of Us Season 2, which was like, yeah, I get that one. And then the fucking Until Dawn movie that everyone hated. I'm like, yeah, why is that even nominated?
That was another one I'd forgot they had done. And it's like, I get why they would make that a movie, but like
the movie has nothing to do with the game.
The best part about it is that it's not a movie. You know, that it's not linear. Like it being a non-linear structure is what makes like Until Dawn or even like the Quarry work, you know?
Yeah. I was like, damn. So I don't know. It's probably gonna be Minecraft, let's face it. But
yeah, probably chicken jockeys and all that shit. We'll see. I'm sure Jack Black will probably be there, and he'll yell
just an excuse to get Jack Black there.
He'll yell chicken jockey into the microphone, and then that'll be that. And
Bowser song.
And I will decide that I want to die. I don't think he's gonna do the Bowser song. I think it's like kind of too late for that.
Yeah.
So. Anyways, but yeah, that's all we got. Not a huge amount of stuff. So,
nah, it was a slow week, but it's getting towards that time of year. So
yeah. Unless you really want to hear me talk about playing Final Fantasy 12,
I saw that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Good game.
I'm like an hour and a half in, and I'm like, I think I like this.
Main character has nothing to do with the game, but hey,
yeah, I like the combat a lot more than I thought I would.
It's weird because it feels like it should be an MMO, but it's not.
Yeah.
Very odd battle system, but I kind of like it. Yeah. So we played a very odd game this week.
Odd's a way to put it.
We played Aqua Aqua.
Yes, Aqua Aqua, A
The
puzzle
addictive,
game.
fast action 3D puzzler.
I don't agree with that.
Um,
Developed by a company called Z2,
They,
who do
they
not have a
have
Wikipedia page, which is
no,
always a
they
good sign.
they don't, but they have a Moby Games page, and I was actually surprised I recognized more of those games than I thought I would.
Yeah. So the first thing I saw when I looked at it was they were like, "This is a sequel to Wetrix," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that game I never played."
Yeah, one of those like Tetris clones, like Hatris and Tetrisphere, that were like,
See,
it's Tetris, but not.
Yeah, see, Wetrix for some reason I just thought was like a Tetris company thing. That it was just Pagetnoff just making weird stuff like Hatris and Facetris 3 and all that other stuff. Hatris Defender, by the way.
Well, Hatris is an okay game.
I like Hatris. I don't give a shit. I like it. But I didn't like this. Like, I think the concept of it is really interesting. This idea of, so the gameplay is basically you get this flat piece of land and you get random like blocks essentially that form like sort of rock formations or like kind of mountains in this as a way to create places for water to fill in, like Wetrix, like you put water in there. It's a neat idea. Like, it's a neat concept for a game. I just think the execution of it is not great. Like I'd said to Bill, like I was rage quitting the tutorial because literally the first, like, because you have to do the tutorial before you can even do the story, right?
The tutorial's unskippable, which is obnoxious. I hate that.
Especially for a puzzle game, which is like, I get you want, like, having the training there is good because you need to like learn the mechanics of a puzzle game, but like not being able to just do the story because like it's not like complex or anything like that. Like, it's pretty easy to figure out what you're trying to do. But the problem is I just think the learning curve, even though I said the game's easy to figure out, it kind of has a steep learning curve because the way the blocks fall and like, because the idea is you're supposed to form these like little lakes basically for the water to stay in there. And then eventually you'll get like fire, which extinguishes it. And I think it gives you points or something like that. So you're trying to keep as much fire or as much water in as you can. But the issue I was having was the blocks sort of in relation to the land because the camera angle is like almost like an isometric 3D kind of a thing. And I could never consistently line things up properly to where I didn't have little holes. Because in the training, the first thing you have to do is they just want you to just make a lake, right? And I did that thing like 24 times or some crazy fucking number because there was always one little spot I missed. Like, say I would try to make it super small, like the water would just overfill, right?
Yeah.
And then I would try to just fill the whole thing, and I never had enough enough to really close it off, and it would just fall right off. So I tried to find that middle ground, and even the game gives you a little video right before the training of like how to kind of line it up, but it just I feel like it just doesn't do a good job of letting you know when you're properly lined up with rock formations. So many times there would just be that little bit of sliver where it would just kind of funnel out, and it always pissed me off, especially when the camera angle, I feel like it needs to be higher up so I can have a better vantage point of what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Or
you should be able to like rotate the field better.
Yes. At least let me move the fucker around. Or, and also like using like the analog stick, it was way too sensitive. So I would spend so much time trying to fine tune it, but it would just already be down by the time I was like almost figuring it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it just really, to not to necessarily make a water pun, but it really throws you in at the deep end and doesn't really give you any, it's not very forgiving in that regard.
It's a weirdly complex game for such a simple concept.
Exactly.
Like
maybe Wetrix handles it better. I don't know.
There's a Dreamcast version of that too, which I kind of want to track down.
Yeah, I've seen that one as well. Like, because again, it's a neat idea for a puzzle game. Like I'm like, with puzzle games, I'm willing to do any kind of weird, dumb bullshit idea for a puzzle game. It doesn't matter as long as it's fun and it works, right? Like, Doesn't matter what the concept is. I'll give it a shot. But for this, again, like the concept is neat. Just something about the way this one was made. It just doesn't. It just, I don't know. It feels like it just doesn't. Like it doesn't. It either doesn't ease you in enough, or it's just kind of like flawed. I don't know. Maybe the original Wetrix does a better job of easing you in. I don't know.
Maybe it's an odd game. Like I found it very. It's weird because the story mode, once you actually get to it, the story mode is like pathetic. It's four levels and that's it.
Yeah, I never even got that far because I kind of just gave up.
Yeah, I got to the story mode and it literally is over in 4 levels, and I was like, oh, that's it. It was literally Apache the Pirate. That's it.
Yeah.
I did spend a lot of time though in the endless mode, like the just like kind of like standard like party game like puzzle mode. And I was I'm not gonna lie, I was terrible at this game.
Oh, I'm not good at it either. But like I don't mind not being good at a puzzle game as long as it's like fun to play.
I will say the endless mode was weirdly compelling. Like I spent more time than I care to admit just trying things in there and seeing what would happen. I mean, because the music's it's not memorable, but it works for what the game is.
Yeah, like this game's aesthetic is very like Katamari, like pre-Katamari. It just kind of has that vibe to it with the bright colors and the weird cutesy characters and just kind of this like being influenced by children's programming kind of aesthetic to it.
Also one of those fun blue discs.
Yeah, because it was released, I believe it was a launch title.
It was early. It was 2000. Yeah, 2000.
It was late. Yeah, it was late 2000. So if it wasn't a launch title, it was like right there. Let's see. Japan, it launched March 4th of 2000. This came out November 2nd, 2000. So, but in North America, the PS2 came out the 26th of October. This came out the 29th of November. So yeah, in the launch window. How about that?
Also, the European box art is something special.
I actually don't mind it.
It's interesting. The Japanese is also pretty out there.
Yeah. But I appreciate that like it has a look to it, you know? And I think they wanted to try to give it a better aesthetic than just calling it Wetrix. Because Wetrix, you say that it sounds like you're just saying a typo. You know, like it's like Wetrix is almost like a made up TikTok trend word. You know what I mean?
Like doing a Wetrix.
Yeah, you rizzed her so hard she went Wetrix, dude. You know, like something stupid like that. I hope nobody actually takes that. But like, so like Aqua Aqua, like I respect it for that. Like I think the aesthetics of it are fine. It's very like 2000, very like early PS2, where like it is
water
all
graphics for the time.
Yep. The water physics are fine. Like you can get the rainbow going, which is cool. It just has something there. Like, and I like that everything is presented kind of simply. Like it's not overly stimulating as far as the visuals are concerned. So you can kind of just focus on what you're doing. And I get the concept of the game. I just wish it was done better. Like either give me more control of the map, or just let me look, or just like move the camera a bit, or just a way to kind of ease somebody into it. Because I think if you just threw somebody into this, they'd just be like, what the fuck? I can't figure this shit out. It's bullshit, you know?
I wish they made the tutorial optional too. Like I'm glad there is a tutorial, but I hate that it's mandatory. Like
either the tutorial optional, or just, you know, find a way to make it a little bit more digestible. You know, like if you have a player like me, who I wouldn't say I'm bad at puzzle games, but like if you have somebody like me who's like stuck on the first tutorial section for, as I said, like dozens of times because I can't seem to figure the fucking thing out, like you need to make your tutorial better, or you need to like design the game better. You know, like it's one thing to have like, you know, friction or resistance in the game, but it's like, this is the fucking tutorial, man. Like this is where it's like, you're going to hold my hand and show me how to do it. And then you throw me to the wind. Because eventually I did go into like Like, I'm like, let me just play the fucking game and see if I can figure it out. I had a better time with it there. And I think like if I had stuck with it there for like, you know, a couple hours or something, I probably would have figured it out. But I was already like frustrated and kind of over this one, so I just didn't stick with it as much as I should have. But
yeah, it's weirdly compelling,
it didn't leave a good impression.
Yeah, it's that era where like puzzle games, but they were just trying things to see how it would work, and this one was very much the let's do Tetris, but like lakes.
I mean, I'm fine with that. Like, I don't care. Again, I don't care what weird puzzle concepts you do. Just do them. Like, as long as they're well designed and they're like engaging and fun, do it. I don't fucking care. Like I'm sure when people first saw Tetris, they thought that was stupid.
True.
Like the idea of it, but it worked and it still works, you know, like just whatever weird idea you have for a puzzle game, I'm like, do it, man. It's just a shame that this, for me, it just, I don't know, again, maybe I should just go back and try the N64 Wetrix or even the Dreamcast Wetrix and see if that is a better version of this. Because I feel like there has to be a better version of this. You know?
Yeah. I got to track that down as well. It's just funny to me because this came out like the early PS2 era. There was a ton of these different puzzle games that were all trying really different things.
Yes.
That kind of all just came and went. Because like I remember this is the one I didn't really recognize. The only reason I know this exists is because of that guy right there.
Well, it says 3DO on it.
Yeah. Like why did 3DO publish this?
Because they needed to.
I guess
because apparently the original Wetrix was published by Ocean, and Ocean, you know,
that's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. But Ocean went defunct in 1998, and they published this game the same year they went under. So, you know, they didn't. So I get maybe they were just shopping the game out to like any sort of publisher.
Well, because in Japan it was published by Imagineer, the studio that made Quest 64.
I was just about to say that actually. Yeah. So this game is tied to Quest 64. How'd that happen? Hi, Mike. And then in Europe it was published by SCI Games, which is a name I am familiar with.
For some reason I thought that was Sony. SCI, Sony Computer Interactive.
No. No, they published like random stuff like Carmageddon.
Right.
Thunderbirds, Conflict Desert Storm, the Constantine game. Like that was actually apparently the last thing they published before they went under. So
yeah, it's just funny because like when I think of like
they merged with Square in 2009. Okay.
Yeah, because I just think of like from this era, like I think like Fantavision, Frequency, Mojo, like those
Amplitude. See those like harmonics puzzle games, Frequency and the Amplitude are really cool. Like they're very visually stimulating, but also I think as puzzle games they also work really well because I think they're like an interesting idea, but they're executed really well. Mm-hmm. You know, with like that kind of proto rhythm game type thing. Like it reminds you a little bit of Rez, you know? Or with the vibrator.
It's called the goddamn trans vibrator, for God's sake.
Yeah, the trance vibrator. Yes. A game company sold a fucking vibrator with a video game that you were supposed to put anywhere on your body. They didn't specify. You can put it wherever you want. And
I saw one description was like you're supposed to sit on it, and I'm like, like sure.
Well, apparently, according to the devs, they were like, yeah, you can just kind of put it wherever you want. You know, but they recognized the connotations that come with that. But they're just like, it's part of the experience. It doesn't matter to us. And I respect that. Being like, you know, sure. I'm sure there's somebody out there who loves that game for that reason.
It's funny because that is a really cool game, and that it's just weird that that's the thing.
Yeah, it was originally It was actually originally a Dreamcast game. Though I don't think the Dreamcast version came with that.
I don't think it did. It also
I think yeah, but I think it just used like the jump pack.
Yeah,
the version of the rumble pack and the controller. So I don't know, but yeah, that version never came out here, as you said.
I was about to search how much it costs on eBay, but I don't want to search the trans vibrator on eBay.
I feel like Rez is probably one of those games that has gone up in price because it's more on the rare side. You know, I feel like a lot of these PS2 puzzle games that even if they developed a bit of a cult following or whatever, like they didn't print that many copies, you know, because puzzle games have always, like, just pure puzzle games have always kind of had a limited audience, really.
Yeah.
Like unless you were Tetris, you know, you weren't
yeah, 'cause
selling
you will
like
find-
millions. You can find a Tetris game, and like you can probably like you can probably step on one as you're walking outside.
Any PS3, Xbox see it set in like a retro store, you will find at least 3 copies of Tetris Worlds.
Yeah, I have the double pack of Tetris Worlds with Star Wars: The Clone Wars,
which is funny too, because
a
there's
very
like,
weird double pack.
Yeah, there's also 2 versions of Tetris Worlds. There's the one that everyone recognizes that has kind of like the block cover that Radical made, and then there was the very short-lived one that Blue Planet Software made for the originally for the PS2, also called Tetris Worlds, but that one has like the Roger Dean cover.
Oh yeah. I think he sued them over that or something, right? Because he designed the famous Tetris logo that we know.
Yeah. I have the Roger Dean one. I don't actually have the better Radical version. I might have to track that down for the Xbox at some point.
Yeah. So, who knows with it? Roger Dean, I guess, likes getting into lawsuits with stuff. Ask James Cameron about that. Anyways, apparently this Aqua Aqua was the 3rd PS2 puzzle game after the aforementioned Fantavision and then Super Bust-A-Move or Super Puzzle Bobble, which we've talked about before. Not
Super Bust-A-Move, the one with the infamous cover.
They just show the Japanese version of it, not the one you're familiar with.
The one with the baby on the cover that everyone's like, what?
That might be a different one. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
But it might be the same one. Who the fuck knows? They've made so many like Puzzle Bobble games, and I'm just like, but it's just Puzzle Bobble. Like why do you keep making new versions of it? I don't know.
I did want to bring up a little bit about Z2, because they actually have a surprisingly interesting gameography. Not in the fact that the games they made were good, just in the fact that there actually is more than I thought.
I mean, I like the name Z2. Apparently, it was owned by Steve and John Pickford, the Pickford brothers, who are just kind of like, they're just making random shit, I guess.
I guess they made Wetrix.
That they did. Well, apparently, the thing is, the 2 of them have a Wikipedia page, and it shows like say they worked on the original Ghosts and Goblins, but as like freelance guys. They made a bunch of like random stuff with like binary design. There's a company called Zippo Games that did like Iron Sword, Wizards and Warriors too. So yeah, they've worked on like Wizards and Warriors games. They like, oh shit, no way they did. Did they work on that Thomas the Tank Engine game for the Genesis?
Oh, if they did, I hope they did.
I think they did.
That game is fucking way better than it has any right to be.
I know, right? That game is awesome. Yeah, they have a weird discography or gameography, but yeah. Tell me about Z2.
Well, Z2 famously made Wetrix. It also made that weird ET gardening game on Game Boy Color.
Okay, did they do the GBA one?
No, they only did the Game Boy Color one.
Okay.
They did a Worms game. They did Worms Blast.
Was it a blast?
I don't know enough about the Worms series, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah, neither do I.
They made 2 Dragon Tales games.
Hell yeah.
And then the game that I noticed right away. This is a game that you see on every like fucking PS2 shelf in a retro store. But like nobody knows anything about it. Future Tactics: The Uprising.
I've been wanting to play Future Tactics for a very long time.
I bought it for like $2, and it's been sitting on my shelf ever since.
I've always been meaning to play this fucking game because I saw gameplay of it once and I thought it looked kind of cool.
I know about it mostly because it's one of the final games that Tim Fallon composed before he retired for a bit, or coming back with Contradiction.
Maybe we'll do a 3D own on this one next year. Like I'll go buy the Xbox copy and then we can like actually play it just to appease ourselves.
because it's like a game that like everybody sees this game. Like,
Oh, yeah.
everybody knows it exists, but
Oh, yeah.
nobody says anything
Yeah,
about it.
like if you went to Blockbusters or Hollywood Videos in the early to mid 2000s, you saw this guy. You've seen that cover. Yeah.
And it's got that Crave Entertainment logo on it, which is always that is the most hit or miss logo on a game you'll ever see.
Yeah, it's a turn-based tactical shooter game. Yeah, apparently it was in development for a long time. It plays similarly to Worms 3D. I played a bit of Worms 3D, so I kind of get what that means. So maybe it's just Worms, but with like a different skin on it.
Maybe.
And also they made a game called Taz Express, a puzzle platformer based on Taz, the Tasmanian Devil, released for the N64 in Europe only.
Okay, I was wondering why I've never heard of this game.
Yeah, and what's so funny is I went to their Wikipedia for that game. One reviewer gave it a 5%, and then the next one gave it a 75%. Talk about polarizing.
Someone really liked it and someone really disliked it.
Yeah. So that's one I'm like now curious to, because there have been a handful of Taz games over the years. Or if any of them are any good, I can't say because I haven't played them enough to really know. I'm not a Taz expert. I'm sorry. I
only have that Game Boy Color one.
Oh fuck! There's a Taz game for Atari? No way.
That doesn't surprise me.
That kind of surprises me, to be honest. Well, there was that one for like, it was like GameCube or PS2 or whatever that I remember seeing. It was like Taz Wanted or something. There's
the
PS1. That was the one made by Blitz, I believe.
There's also a PS1 game that's like a Bugs Bunny Taz crossover game that I've heard is okay.
Yeah. It would be interesting to dive into the history of Looney Tunes video games.
I still say Bugs Bunny Lost in Time is an underrated gem. Like that is a game I really enjoy.
Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. What's that one?
It's a PS1 platformer.
Well, I've never heard of this one.
Made by
to be fair, PS1 is a ass to mouth. Yeah. PS1 is a bit of a blind spot for me, so I don't know a lot of the weird hidden stuff.
See, that game's funny because that was like the last game they made when they were Behavior the first time around, before they went A2M, and then before they became Behavior again after they realized what A2M meant.
Exactly. So, yeah.
If you ever played that Grinch game on PlayStation Dreamcast, it's very similar to that.
Oh, yeah. I've been meaning to hunt that guy down to play it. So, there's a lot of weird Looney Tunes. I remember, I think I may have played a teeny bit of the Back in Action game because I look at screenshots of it. I'm like, it looks familiar, but it could have been one of those things. I maybe like somebody at their house had it and I messed around with it. Like, I don't think I ever rented that one.
That's a movie that pops into my goddamn head every now and then.
Yeah. Do you know who directed that movie?
No. Who did?
Joe Dante.
Huh.
Yeah.
That movie also...
For those who don't know, Joe Dante is most famous for directing The Gremlins 1 and 2.
Huh.
Well, because apparently he had a huge love for Looney Tunes and always wanted to do like a Looney Tunes thing. And so when he finally did, it was unfortunately Back in Action, which was like this. If you've never seen the movie, I haven't seen it in like 20 years, but like it was trying to be this sort of like Who Framed Roger Rabbit type thing. Like I think that's the vibe they were going for, but it just completely flopped. Like it is not a good movie.
It killed Brendan Fraser's career for a long time before he finally had a comeback recently.
Yeah, like it was like it even kind of killed the Looney Tunes relevance for a little bit too.
It was
in
that
in 04 they weren't really hot shit and they thought this would do it and it didn't, and then they just were dormant for many years.
It was that and that god awful Lunatics Unleashed show.
I don't remember that.
It was bad. That's all you need to know.
I'll take your word on that. Yeah.
Like they had the highs of Duck Dodgers and then they released this.
Yeah, Duck Dodgers was phenomenal. I watched that all the time.
Megadeth episode still gets me every time.
So good. But looking at going back to Z2, one game they saw in here, one game they made, apparently the last game they made sticked out to me. Sticky balls.
Did they really make sticky?
Yes, it says the game was originally designed by Steve and John Packford and developed for various platforms, but at the end, only the Gizmondo version materialized. So it might have been a case of it was their original idea, but they didn't develop that specific version of it.
That was a mistake.
Yeah. Apparently it did get ported to smartphones or to iOS.
I typed in sticky balls without specifying the game. That was a mistake.
What'd you get?
A lot.
Share your screen.
It's on my phone, and it's like the first thing I see is whatever the fuck that's supposed to be.
I know there's like, okay, because I type it into like Google, and what I see is like there's like Velcro ball thing. Like, you remember the balls had the Velcro, and you like throw them, and then you have like a little mitt. Yeah, that's what I saw.
The top result is sticky balls on Amazon. I don't even want to know. The game is like surprisingly.
You'll probably get sticky balls traversing the Amazon.
I did find the game though eventually.
Yeah, but apparently, yeah, like sticky balls, they were making a version of it for the PSP.
It would have probably done better on PSP.
Yeah, I think people would have remembered it more. So,
well, people
it's
do
a shame. I've heard that I've never played it. I've heard this game's like not bad.
It's one of the few games like that people actually like bring up when you bring up the fucking Gizmondo.
Because they only got like 14 games, right?
Yeah, and more people. I always joke like when you think of the Gizmondo, the only things that come, it's like it's the one gaming thing that where you can like literally link the Swedish Mafia, a wrecked Ferrari, and sticky balls together.
Yeah, and SSX3.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Weird.
I know, yeah. GameCube, PS2, Xbox, GBA, and the Gizmondo, and that version came out 2 years after the original version.
See, I'm like, do I want to collect for Gizmondo? And I'm like, no.
I feel like that's not worth anybody's time because that thing has to be like stupidly expensive.
Yeah. If I'm gonna collect for some random like shitty handheld, it's gonna be the N-Gage, just because the N-Gage is fascinating.
And you see N-Gage stuff more regularly. Like the local store I go to, they actually have like a decent stack of N-Gage games, like in case. And they even have like, I think 2 N-Gages, one of them in box, one of them not, but the prices are just, I'm like, no, it's not worth it. It's really not.
Just to play Sonic Advance vertically.
Yeah. TikTok Sonic Advance. Yeah. Just for that. Or be like, oh, this Tomb Raider port's not terrible. You'd look at, or if I end up doing a version like an episode of Thrak Ops on the N-Gage Call of Duty 1, I would maybe consider it because I think it would be hilarious.
Supposedly the 2 Pathway to Glory games are really good.
I've heard that.
And Pocket Kingdom, where everyone speaks in leet speak.
Yeah,
of its era.
Yeah, and there's like a exclusive Elder Scrolls game to it too. It's crazy.
The N-Gage is weird. Like that is a thing that like there's more on that than you'd expect.
Yeah, but is this the N-Gage experience or the 3DO experience?
That's my other podcast for the. I don't have.
You will not have me for that one. I no, thank you.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah, but yeah. In summation, Aqua Aqua, like its connection to 3DO is like they just published it when they were dying. Yeah, that's really all. Again, it's an interesting idea. I just wish it was executed better because otherwise I'd be like, this is kind of neat.
Its connection to 3DO it was something they put out in between one of their 12 Army Men games that year.
Yeah. They needed some variety.
Yeah.
And there's clearly something here. But it just didn't really work for me at the end of it, unfortunately.
There's a good puzzle game there. I'm just not good at it, so it's just unfortunately was not one that I can recommend.
Agreed.
Yeah. For must play, okay, stay away. I'm not gonna say stay away because it's not a bad game. I'm gonna just say not for me.
I'm saying stay away.
Okay.
Because if there's a better version of this game, go play that one. Don't play this one.
That is fair enough.
That's all I got.
So for next week, I had a game idea, but do you have any suggestions first? Or...
I was gonna say, did you want to do a mercenary?
Yeah, let's do that, and we'll save my pick for next week.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, so next week we will do a mercenary, and I'm tired and I lost my train of thought. Anyways, what they once again, guys, thank you for joining us on the 3DO Experience. You can find the 3DO Experience on all the major podcasting platforms. And be sure to check us out over on the Superpod Network, superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site where you can find all sorts of different videos, blogs, all that fun stuff. Most recent episode of Thrak Ops just came out. Be sure to check that out.
Co-hosted by this guy over here.
I'm on it. I played a Call of Duty.
Yeah, so that was fun.
I enjoyed it. So.
Yeah, go check us discussing the implications of fighting the Japanese. So yeah, so go do that. I'm currently in the process of working on the Modern Warfare 2 episode. I actually finished up scripting it today, so I'll probably start recording it tomorrow. Try to get that one out fairly quickly, and then I can move on to Black Ops. So I can,
nice.
I'm trying to get more of them done, and maybe some of them kind of backlogged, so I can start releasing them at a slightly more consistent rate, and kind of get ahead of the game a little bit. So, hopefully that works out. Since I have the free time, I might as well use it to try to backlog some of these games. So, expect Modern Warfare 2, probably not next week, maybe the week after. And then I'll knock out, and I'll try to get Black Ops out before the year is done. So
nice.
Yeah. Expect 2 more.
Nice. But anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you all later.
Bye-bye.
If you're not playing on a 3DO system, what are you playing with?